Hello and welcome to Mike's Garage. If you've already subscribed to our channel, thank you very much. If you haven't, please do. And when you do, be sure and tap on the notification bell, little button for that, so you'll be notified every time we put up a new video. Also, if you give us a like, we appreciate that. Anyway, nice to see you. It's a bit cold and overcast here in not-so-sunny Southern California. And so, if you don't mind, maybe we'll have a cup of coffee together here. Warm up a little.
I think I might have had one too many.
Yeah, that happened, I think, on our last video.
Yeah.
I think you had several cups of coffee.
I think the setting's off, too.
Yeah, you can blame it on something else. It's okay.
All right. Sorry about the shakes, folks.
Hey, it's all right. It's all right. We're good. We're fine. Anyway, let's see. I'm not even sure what our last video, I know what it was. It was Slim. Our last video was one of Slim at the Chopper Fest, showing that twin engine monstrosity he put together that's absolutely beautiful. And I want everybody to know that Slim has promised me we're going to do a thing on it, and he'll show you how he starts it and all that fun stuff. He's that busy right now. He's working, trying to make a living, and at the same time get ready for Born Free coming up in June. And he's got a lot of stuff going on, as does everyone. But we are going to get to it. Slim has promised me, and so I'm relaying that promise on to you. We will be doing that. Now, a couple of videos back, I showed that I was putting this interesting brake pedal on put one of these on my Panhead, and I got one for the Knuckle. And, I got a couple complaints from people that I didn't show them exactly everything I did on that particular video. So what I did was I said, all right, we'll do it again and show it. Now here's the original pedal, and what irritates me is that they go down the road like that. And that just irritates me. This one's pretty well lubed up. It doesn't rattle badly, but it drives me kind of crazy. So by using a brake pedal off of a Harley 45, we get one with this wonderful piece on it. Okay, and what that does is it goes right in place of that pedal. As you can see, they're the identical pedal. This is actually a reproduction from V-Twin, and it's a very nice part. Sadly, they were out of chrome ones, so I bought one and had this one chromed. Don't do that, it's quite costly. Okay, now, next thing is, so I want to take this apart. Now, this piece here is what stops the pedal from going back any further. And we'll see that in a minute. I think on this pedal, I had taken the Zerk fitting out so that it could, the pedal could be chromed and everything would still work properly. Now, this is, whoa! That one's out. We just killed that light.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, anyway. What I want to say is about these Zerk fittings, which you find out when you take them out, or when you get an old Harley that doesn't always have all its Zerk fittings. Most people don't realize it, but most of us are aware of pipe fittings, and pipe fittings use pipe threads. Whether it's 1/8 pipe or 1/4-inch pipe or whatever it is, they're graduated in pipe sizes and pipe threads. The thread for a Harley-Davidson Zerk fitting, the old ones, is a 1/16 pipe. And I bought this tap years ago. I have not worn it out, but I've been using it for years and years, because when you go to put one of these Zerk fittings in, if you clean the threads real nice with your little pipe tap, you'll be happy. And that's pretty much what I've done for years now. And I like my mechanical tap. handle here. That's just a wonderful tool. And that's the way I do that. Okay. So what we're going to do real quick here is we're going to take this pedal off. Now, I already took the Zerk fitting off this clevis pin. I mean the cotter pin. So that will just go like that. And we'll take this nut off of here, which I already loosened a bit. You know, when you're going to do a video, what you want to do is show people what it is they want to see. And just a minute, I didn't get the right wrench out. Just waste time, and I don't mean to waste anybody's time. So there it is. That nut takes a 13/16 wrench, and I don't think that's necessarily the original nut, but it sure is a pretty one. Well, that's the way this whole bike was done. This bike was built for pretty. This bike has been a show bike since the 60s. And I didn't build it, although I restored it about 15 years ago. And I've just always loved it. And the fancy things people did are pretty cool. So I'm going to take this brake pedal off. This is the one it had on it. And it's a good one. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a genuine. And then what we're going to do is take this bolt off, off, replace it with this bolt and this spacer. Now, I got criticized because I didn't give anyone the part number for the spacer. So, now hear this. This is V-Twin part number 37-0417. That's 37-0417. And these are spacers 25/64 by 1 by 1/2. Okay? This thing is 1/2 inch thick, and that's exactly what you need. The exact diameter doesn't really make a whole lot of difference, I don't think, but I just found that I had one of these originally, and it fit so well when I did the Panhead that I bought a package of them so I could do this one, the Panhead, and Fred's bike. So I got one of these pedals done up for Fred's bike too. That's the art department, Fred, and his beautiful little Panhead. He has a beautiful 48 pan, which we've shown on here before. But anyway, there is the spacer and the bolt. I put it on with a flat washer to keep from scratching anything, and a lock washer to keep it nice and tight. And the way I picked that bolt is I compared it to the other one and added a 1/2 inch, about 3/4 inch total, the washers and the spacer,
And what is that?
a 3/8 bolt.
It's a stop.
Yeah, that's what this is. This is the stop. I'm showing it right now. Now we're going to lube this first. And a little bit of bearing grease on it here. In fact, I think I'll just put it right on this shaft.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, now, seems to me this is the hole right here that I'm going to use. I'll put a little grease on that. And I'll put a little grease on the edge here. A little grease on the edge here. We got enough grease on everything now. Here we go. Okay, now we're going to put this on, and you can see where that spacer is going to engage on this lever here. Okay, there it is. And that's right there is where that pedal's going to live. That's pretty nice. And you see that underneath there? Can you show that?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the stop.
Do it again. Perfect.
And that's what's going to keep it from rattling down the road and driving me crazy. I can't help it. Things like that bother me. Anyway, so we'll put this back together now. Let's wipe this down real nice. I really do like that nut. I don't know if that's an original type or what that is, but it's sure pretty. Wits. So we got everything on there, the flat washer and the lock washer here. And this one takes a 13/16 wrench. And we'll do that. And people are going to say, why are you using just the open end of the wrench?
Yep.
Because if we do it like this, we're chewing up the corners on that beautiful chrome nut. So we'll go like that. There it is, nice and tight. And we'll take this clevis pin here. See if I can cram that in there. I don't know if I'll be able to or not, actually. Okay. And we're going to take that like that. And we're going to move that pedal up. And then we're going to go like this and try to get this together. Oh yeah, it'll go. Yep, there's enough play in there. We need play. But that's not going to rattle down the road. That makes me happy. That's just the kind of a kook I am, I guess. Simple pleasures or something like that. By the way, if I didn't mention it, we really had a great time at Chopper Fest. That was a really, really nice show, and so many people showed up, and I was really pleased to see that because it was Super Bowl Sunday.
Thank you, everybody, for coming up and saying hi.
Well, I'm telling you, I had no idea how many people we knew there. It was great.
You kind of mentioned that. Don't be afraid to come up and say hi.
Well, yeah, it's nice to. Oh, I don't know. It's nice to meet so many nice people. We've had a wonderful time with this channel. Okay, now I need a cotter pin. I don't need to put them on the floor, but. Okay, now I'm going to put this cotter pin in that hole there. It's in this clevis pin, and I'm putting it on the back side. The washer is on there. The clevis pin is there. And if I could just get that cotter pin in that hole. Probably what I deserve. I'm sure I did something wrong.
Nah, the camera's on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If the camera wasn't on, I'd already have this in here, wouldn't I?
You betcha.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I think that I need a skinnier cotter pin. That's what I need. That one's too big for the hole I'm trying to put it in. There we go. Now we'll just stick it in here and slide it right in place. Somehow. Yep. Okay. And we don't need any fancy tools to bend a cotter pin that's that skinny. We just do it with a couple of fingers. And it's all done. Okay. Now, there it is, all in place. Let's see, is this tightened down good? Yes, it is. And is this tightened down good? Yes, it is. And you'll notice that the thickness of that spacer is important because this bolt doesn't want to stick out so far that it hits the pedal. We've got space. There's enough space there. Can you see in there that there's enough space?
Yeah.
Okay. But man, that is so much. I mean, I've had these things rattle on so many bikes that I've put together, and I realize a lot of people use a lot of custom pedals that don't rattle, don't give you that kind of grief, and the originals really do. And I've always liked the looks of the original. I think they're beautiful.
Rattling drives you crazy.
The rattling drives me nuts.
Everybody.
Well, it doesn't anymore. This one doesn't, and it used to.
It's funny, you go about 20 miles away from home and all of a sudden you start hearing weird noises.
Well, yeah.
And you're like, oh boy.
You know, one of my favorite ones, like in 1979, I was coming down from Washington State, Seattle actually, and I'm coming down the road, and I'd been away from home for, I don't know, a month or two. I'm partying around the countryside like we used to be able to do when we were younger, you know, nobody complained. And I got this awful rattle. I was on my shovel head, and in those days my shovel still looked stock. That's the same shovel I have now, but at that time, other than a lot of things that I had taken off from it the day I bought it, it looked pretty much stock, pretty much. You know, pipes and a few other things were pretty cool on it. Anyway, I'm flying down the road and something started rattling. And I mean, I stopped places and I shook things and I looked at things and I took the primary, I stopped at one place and I pulled the primary cover off. I was sure it was rattling inside somewhere.
Oh boy.
I mean, I was really getting concerned, and it was an almost new, I mean, the bike was, well, it was in 79, so I'd had the bike a year. It's a 77 I bought new in 78. I'm telling you, that sound was just beating me to death. And I finally got disgusted with it. I'm flying down the freeway at about Mach 1, and I said, you know what? If you're going to blow up, blow up. I dare you. I'm going to screw it on, and if it's going to blow, it's going to blow. And I'm just flying down the road, and it's rattling like crazy. And I just decided I didn't care anymore, and I picked my leg up, and I put my foot on the crash guard to rest it there, and the rattle stopped. I said, okay. And I got off the freeway again, and I got down on the ground, I looked at it, and on the crash guard, you know, it bolts right here to the frame.
Yeah.
That bolt had fallen out.
Oh.
So I found a bolt, and I put it in there. I can't remember where I found the bolt. I might even had one in my tool bag, whatever. All I know is I stuck a bolt in there, and the rest of the trip was just fine.
Lovey-dovey.
Yeah, I was home the next day to Southern California.
Yep.
Anyway, sorry, I just kind of got off on a story there for a minute.
That was great.
Yeah, right. You wouldn't have thought you wouldn't have liked me at the moment. I wasn't very
there.
pleasant. I was not very pleasant.
2008, and you were like, why are you making noises?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, I think that's pretty much it. There's nothing else here to show. The play is right with it. It already works just as well as the original.
Well, I had a light on the t-shirts, but it decided to go take a nap.
Yes. Did you? Well, you could still show the shirts. I mean, we do want to show the shirts. Anyone who wants a shirt, well, you can shine it on my back. I'm wearing one. Okay. If you want a shirt, go to pacificmike.com, which is our own website. That's not a YouTube channel. That's just our website. You go to pacificmike.com, and in the upper right-hand corner, it says T-shirt store. And you click on that, and it'll take you right to the shirts. And that's the way to do it. Anyway, there's shirts and the baseball cap. I guess without the good light, you probably can't see that baseball cap. It's black.
Yeah, the shakies.
The shakies you got. Anyway.
No, that's because I'm using a telephoto lens.
I think that pretty well takes care of it for now. And like I said, I do want to get together with Slim real soon, and we can show people what what that twin engine bike is going to run like. I'm really looking forward to seeing it run too. I want to see it run. I want to hear it run, and I think Slim's probably the only one with the hair to ride that thing. So, yeah, that'd terrify me. Anyway, so until then, I'll see you out on the road.